Hello everyone, in this tutorial we'll cover the most basic thing about Flutter GetX. Flutter GetX is a package for managing your routes, state management, as well as dependency injection. It's much easier to use and it saves you tons of time when your app is complex. So this is the starter code. If you download the code from the GitHub link, you'll have things like this, and I tried to make it a bit complex. We'll have different places to navigate through and come back to home page. Like these few should be clickable, but now yet of course they're not clickable yet. Okay, so you can go ahead and click on them and nothing should happen, okay, because they're not clickable here. So anyway, in this tutorial we'll cover about Flutter GetX route and navigation, how to do navigation and routing in Flutter GetX. And once you download the code, you should be starting from here. Of course, in this tutorial I'm not going to talk about this UI. If you want to learn about this UI, check out other tutorials or leave a comment below. I'll make a dedicated tutorial for this UI. Okay, anyway, so over here this text should be clickable and this is over here. Okay, so now here we have on tap event. You could have on press event, it doesn't matter, on tap or on pressed, they work the same way. So as you know that in traditional Flutter way, that if you want to navigate to a page, you need to write at least this amount of code where you have this navigator.push, context, material, page route, builder, context, and your route name or page name. And one important thing about this traditional method is you have to pass the context all the time and keep track of it, and which could be annoying when your app gets much bigger, okay, or more complex. So this is not very efficient way, and Flutter GetX solves this one. So we want to go to a page. All right, to go to a page, simply you just call get.to. Now here your page name. So what is the page we want to go to? We want to go to the page is called page 1. So this is our page, okay? So now let's go ahead, save it and run it, okay? Now over here you click, of course nothing happens because the state of this app has been changed, so you need to restart it. So let's restart it. Okay, now we should be good to go. Click on this and here we are. So we go to a new page. So this is our page over here, right? So now let's go ahead and check it out about this page. So this is page 1 over here. So that's what we have, okay? So over here I already have get.back, because if you use get.back you can go back to the earlier page, okay? All right, so now, well, of course I could do null here, and in that case let's restart it once again. Okay, so click on this, now click over here, it doesn't go anywhere. So just go back to the earlier page, you do get.back in Flutter GetX. Okay, now let's save it. Let's see if we can go back. Yes, we can go back, okay, like this. Okay, but with the traditional method, how do you go back? In general, you'd go back like this, where you have to write this navigator.pop context. So again, this context you have to keep passing all the time, and you have to keep track of it as well, so which could be annoying, right? And things could be much more complex if you have more parameters or a lot of other navigation stuff to handle with, okay? Not as simple as this. So with Flutter GetX, all you do just get.back. So of course you could do get.off, okay, but they work a bit differently. With get.off you can also go back to previous page. So here you can call home page, okay? Yeah, so now let's save it and see the result, okay? So you can also go back, but if you want to go back to earlier page, so you do get.back, okay? This is the most efficient way. All right, so this is our page 1. Okay, now we are going back to home page. All right, so it's all right, so this is our page 1 over here, right? So just pass the name of the page and you're good to go. So make sure that you are inside get.to. all right, Okay, so this is the first one. Now the second one is over here, as you can see, Flutter GetX, Explore GetX, which is this one over here. Okay, now let's expand it and see. So over here, once again, it is null. Okay, so I want to be able to click on this and go to a new page. So I'll call over here once again get.to and name of the page. Okay, what is the name of the page? That is page 2. All right, now let's save it. Okay, let's see if we can go back. So we need to restore it. Okay, we're good. Now let's click on this. Yes, we come over here, this page, but nothing to display. Okay, so now let's take a look at page 2. So this is our page 2 over here. Now we want to pass an argument and show some text. Earlier, what you saw over here, this go back button, which is coming from app bar. Okay, of course you can go back using app bar, definitely, but with app bar you can just go back to earlier page. Yeah, not deep down in the root of navigation. You can't do much with app bar, this icon. We'll talk about that later though. Now we want to pass something over here and show it on the screen, right? Okay, so now let's go to this page, which is like the implementation of this one. Which is this one. Okay, so we want to pass an argument. Okay, so to pass an argument, simply what do you do? Simply you do like this. You write a property which is called arguments. Okay, and within it you can pass value as a key pair value. So I would call it, say, text. All right, or say ID. Yes. Okay, let's change the name. We can call it price, and then we want to pass a random number. Okay, so we'll generate a random number, next int, and the random number should be from 0 to 10,000, and then we'll convert it to string. Okay, so we'll pass it. Now to pass argument in Flutter GetX, just write arguments, and then within second braces it's more like key pair value, like any other programming language. Okay, it's more like an array. You can understand an array of objects. Okay, so now let's go back over here, page 2, and we need to retrieve this key in page 2. So let's go back to page 2 over here. Now it's very easy. Just go ahead and call an argument. Okay, property. Now first let's wrap it around a text widget, and within it we'll call get.arguments. Okay, what is the argument's name? The key name was price. Okay, and now if it's there, whatever it is, print it. Otherwise just print page 2. Okay, like that, or exploration page, like that. Okay, so what do? We can now let's restart it from here. Okay, now let's click over here. Yes, so this is the random number we are passing. Go back, try it one more time. Now we have a different random number. Try it one more time. So you see the number is a bit different, right? It's different all the time. So it means that passing argument is working. And once again, you say it's so easy. Just over here within your widget called get.arguments, and whatever the key value is, write it, and it'll print it. Okay, now with the traditional method, like passing arguments could be very annoying. A lot of time you have to define a class for it, like what kind of arguments you're passing. Okay, and then extract that argument over here. You have to write a lot of code, as well as you can see. So it is really annoying with the traditional way. So with GetX, this is the package that we are using. All right, it becomes much easier. Okay, so anyway, now let's go back over here. So this is our argument that is being passed, right? Okay, now what we would do, we'd go back over here, and now we just passed one argument. So can we pass two arguments? Yes. Just write your argument key name over here, which is, I would say, text, and here, right, we do USD, like this. Okay, so now we are passing two arguments over here. The first key value is price, the second one is text. So now we need to retrieve text, right? So what do? We'll go over there and just over here, we can do it simply. We can just write over here one more text widget, whatever widget you want to display it to, and we to get arguments. Yes, you got it right. We'll call it here text. Okay, and once again, okay, so we'll say no price given or nothing to show. All right, okay, so now let's go ahead, save it and see the result. Okay, as you see, so these arguments. Okay, now it's nothing to show because you need to restart it. Once you restart it, it should be there. Okay, yes, so the course price is this amount. Of course, you can swap it, put it over here, and you can do a bit of text styling over here. It'll make things a little more beautiful. Okay, and for the price, maybe we can do 26. Okay, now once again, go back. So now this was our first page. From here we go back to home page. Now this is our second page, and here we can pass random arguments. Of course, you can change this text as well. It's all up to you how you change it, right? Okay, perfect. So far everything is working, and now right now, so far we have been navigating these places using class name or page name, as you can see. Okay, now we'll see how to navigate using route name. Okay, because in your complex app, if you have an app complex and you want to navigate based on different conditions like that, and you want to pass a different number, so with the route name, and it might be very useful. Okay, because you might also generate a random route dynamically. Okay, so to use a route name over here within your get material app, make sure you have to have this one, you have this one. Okay, if you want to use GetX package, wrap your material app using get material app, and that's all. Okay, now over here there is an option property is called get pages, as you can see, and over here it takes a list of values. Okay, now the first one, once again, get page. Okay, this one, and it takes few parameters. The first one is the name. Okay, name of the route, and the second one is the page where you want to go. The page name, route name could be different. So the second one is page, right? So the route name, I will call it, say, course page. So slash course page, and now we want to say which page is responsible to show this, or which page should go for this route. So I'll call it page 3. Okay, this one, right? So now once again, here we are using route name, so you can access this one using this route name anywhere in your app, and you will go to page 3. Okay, now of course we need to find this clickable place to be able to click this route name. So next clickable place is this one, course. Okay, so let's go ahead and find it. So the course should be within this widget over here, expanded widget, and if you come down, you will see this one, it's null, and the course text is here. So we want to be able to click from here. Okay, and once again, it's ridiculously easy, so easy. You do get the named, okay, to name this one, because you are using named route rather than page. Okay, and over here within first quotation, you just call your route name. What is route name? Route name is course page. This is the route name. All right, and that's it. That's so simple. Okay, and once again, you saw just now I showed you that how complex it is to do using routing in traditional way. So over here it becomes much easier. So let's go ahead and save it. Okay, sorry, save. All right, now it might show error. Now let's restart it, because we have a change in the state. Okay, all right, so over here restart it here. So the course prices, so this is the new one, this is the course page, as you can see from the title, right? Okay, so over here we want to pass argument as well, and once again it's pretty straightforward, just like we did early. So you want to call arguments over here. Okay, that's simple as this, and within second bracket you want to pass whatever you want to pass. Okay, so one, yeah, good. All right, Now go to this page where it says course page. Okay, so this course page route has to do with our page 3. I mean, this is where we want to go. You can go to any page you want. We are going to go to page 3 over here. Okay, yeah. So this one over here, like as you can see, so we want to get the arguments over here. So to get, we already have the text, so you can just connect it together. So we'll do get arguments over here. So what's the name of the key? Is price. Okay, well, we'll see if it's there, then we'll show this. Okay, otherwise we'll show 0. Okay, that's all we do. Okay, now let's save it. Okay, I think we need to restart it, otherwise we'll get an error. Now click on this. Here is the price. Once again, let's see it's working or not. Yes, it's a random number. Every time it's generating a different random number. Okay, now let's check our first one. It's still working. The second one is working, and third one, okay, it's working as well. Okay, yeah. So now we'll see how to work on this more page. Okay, now we want to be able to click on this and go to a new route, but in this case, once again, we'll use a named route instead of a class name or page name directly as our route. Okay, so let's first define a named route. So to define a named route, just come over here in get pages property, and within it, what do? You'll just call get page once again, and then as you see, it typed out automatically for you. So this one over here, we will have our route name, and our route name is more page, and we want to pass data directly within our route. Okay, and then we want to call the page where you want to send this data. So our page, I'll call it page 4. Okay, so what it does, so this is the key value, this is the key name, which is data, and the place where we click over there will generate a random number or string or whatever you want. You can pass it directly over there and retrieve it later on in another widget using this data keyword. Okay, so now find this button. Where is this button? This button is over here. Okay, of course it's null. So first we'll do get.toNamed. So we are going to use a named route. Okay, now here call the named route. So what's our route name? It's called more page. Okay, and once again here we want to embed something directly. Okay, all right, so first what do we do? Well, we could say something like this. So generate a random number. Okay, random dot next ink, I think, yeah, this one. Okay, yeah, we are generating this one directly over here, and so once we click on this button over here, it will generate a random number and pass the data directly with this URL. Okay, yeah, and but of course now you need to retrieve it. Okay, so let's go to this page where it's called page, I think page 4, that's what we are using. Okay, yeah, page 4. Okay, so over here, all right, so over here you can directly retrieve it. So we'll call it, say for example, okay, we'll do plus get dot parameters. So this is a bit different. This is not argument because you're directly passing things with your route, so we'll retrieve it as a parameters. Okay, yeah, so now what's the parameter name? That's at the initially which you defined, and you defined it as a data, right? Okay, so that's what you are doing. Okay, now let's restart the application. Okay, so now let's click over here. Yeah, so this is the different value that we gotten. Now it looks a bit strange. Okay, not very good looking, so go to another page. So of course we can change it to the past value is, all right. Okay, so it looks much better. Now go back, click once again, so it generates a random number and passing it directly using our route name. and with the route together, and then we can retrieve it in another page using this key. Okay, so you can definitely change the key later, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now this is our page 4. Okay, yeah, so that's it within this. Okay, but now I want to change this value. I don't want to put it over here actually. Okay, so I want to take it down. Why? You can also put it over here, page 4. Okay, yes, it will do the same work. Okay, now the past value is nothing there, so I'll get it go to home. Okay, yeah, all right, so okay, so of course this is the value over here, and I want this part to be clickable. As you see, I wrapped it around using elevated button, so I want it to be clickable. So but the idea is, once you pass the parameter, you can put it anywhere in your class, widget, or Dart file. Okay, it's up to you how you do that. Well, now over here everything is working. Let's see. So this is the first one where we come back to home page, clicking this button. Then we have Explore GetX. It's working, and this is the named route. It's working as well, and this is the other one. Okay, it's also working. But the last two, do remember, over here we are passing data as arguments, and here we are passing data as parameters with the route together. Okay, now from here we want to go to a different page. Okay, so that's why I kept it this one. Now we want to say get the 2 page. So where we want to go, we want to go to page 5. Okay, yeah, page 5. Okay, now let's restore it so that we don't have an error. Okay, now let's click on this. Well, go to, all right, I'll just go to, all right, okay, so go to, well, now this is page 5 actually. Why? I can prove it. So let's go to page 5. This is our page 5. So over here we can do an app bar. Okay, so app bar, right. Okay, now let's click on this, come here, click this one. Yeah, so this is page 5, right? Of course, in page 5 we have this and button, but which is null. It's not working. Okay, now here what we could do, we could do get dot back. Okay, so it will take us to earlier page. Okay, all right, just the earlier page, and from there we can go back to our home page, right? Yeah, so now go to, yes, over here, or we can also define here go to directly from here. Instead of going to the earlier page, we can go back to our home page. Okay, so let's try it. Let's restart the application. Now click here on more, get to. Now here, now we'll, instead of going to the earlier page, we'll go back to the previous page. Okay, I mean, sorry, the home page. So this is our home page. So that's all about the routing in GetX, passing parameters, things like that. So hopefully this tutorial should be very useful for you, and if you learned something, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Thank you.